Well, hey everyone, Jay Whitner here with Kickstarter Coaching and our internet TV show Crowdfunding Coverage. We do a quick recap on what happens in crowdfunding each month. This episode will talk about what happened in September 2014. We had several big campaigns again, 7 campaigns that were $400,000 or more in the month of September. Those big campaigns brought in over $7 million. The big one was Jibo, which brought in $2.3 million. So we'll talk about the news that happened and these big campaigns and some of the unique aspects of the big campaigns. First, the news. We all know that money is flowing into crowdfunding in ever-increasing amounts if you track what's going on with Kickstarter or Indiegogo. What you may not be aware of is that the funding is going into the platforms themselves. Venture capital investment in the crowdfunding platforms has already doubled in 2014 what came in 2013. So the smart money sees solid growth in the future in crowdfunding, and that the platforms are going to be profitable. As you may know, the SEC has been working on regulations for crowdfunding for Main Street, Title III, some people call it. And this process has taken a very long time. They've been working on this now for about 2 years. Many of the states are moving ahead on their own. Right now, 13 states have their own regulations allowing equity crowdfunding within the boundaries of their state. And state number 14 is thought to happen in our very near future. California is thought to be on the very edge of going ahead and having their own crowdfunding within the bounds of California. Something to follow as State 14 comes online. It'll be a big one. Kickstarter is expanding constantly. In this month, we expanded into some new countries: Denmark, Norway, Sweden, and Ireland. People can contribute to Kickstarter campaigns from anywhere, but the campaign needs to be headquartered in certain places. So these are the 4 new countries that are permitted. Indiegogo is trying something new that I'm not really a big fan of. It's an arrangement where once an Indiegogo campaign has reached its goal, it can sign up for basically forever funding. People can continue putting money toward whatever the thing is on into the future. This is not a permanent thing yet for Indiegogo. It's a test that they're trying out. So we'll see what the market makes of it. But in my opinion, I'm really unsure if this is a good idea or not. So let's talk about some of the big campaigns that happened in September. We had quite a range of campaigns from over $500,000 to over $2 million. A wide range of length in terms of the videos that were used, from about 1.5 minutes to 13 minutes. Unless you have a great reason to not have a 13-minute video, this would generally be a mistake for you. All these campaigns had a reasonable number of updates, keeping the financial supporters up to speed on what's happening with the campaign. The campaign length ranged from 30 to 60 days. Most people still think that somewhere around 30 days is the sweet spot for campaign length. For once, all the campaigns had a reasonable number of rewards, 10 to 18 different rewards. I sometimes see these campaigns that have like 50 rewards, and I just wonder if they know what they're getting into. And an interesting stat that the average creator had backed a lot of campaigns, which I like to see, that people that are trying to use Kickstarter to fund their idea are also putting something back and supporting the platform. So the first campaign, this one is called Perception Neuron. They brought in about $600,000. What this campaign about is like the Avatar movie, where the actors had sensors on them, and that data was used to portray the big Avatar people. This brings a similar technology into the regular world, that you can use this now without spending a fortune to have this technology. On this campaign, they had a nice supplemental video explaining more about the technology. They had good testimonials, and they really went out of their way to try to have a real big facts section to explain to people what the thing would do, answer all their questions, and I commend them for that. That was a good thing that they did. The next campaign is called the No Key. The campaign is for a padlock that instead of a key or a combination lock, the lock detects whether or not you are present in terms of really whether your phone is present. If your phone is present, the lock assumes that it's okay for it to open, so you don't ever have to fiddle with the combination as long as you have your phone with you. They brought in over $600,000 for the campaign. It seemed like it was a good idea. They used the GIFs, the mini videos, to good effect in their campaign. They had a link to the press kit, which is something I don't often see, but materials set aside for the press to use to facilitate, getting more press coverage. One thing I don't think I'd seen before in any campaign is they had a button that said click to see our other Kickstarters. So these same people have done some other campaigns, and they're putting them out there for you, making them easy to find so you can see what they did last time. Nomiku. This campaign brought in about $750,000. This is that new sous vide way of cooking where you suspend the food in a plastic bag in heated water, and the device gives you very, very precise temperature control, so you know exactly what the results are going to be. Again, they use those GIFs, the mini videos, well. They had a lot of testimonials that were not just about them or their company, but about the whole way of the whole idea of cooking this way. So that was an interesting thing to see. And another new spin I hadn't noticed before is for $10 you could be first in line when they are ready to ship their tools internationally. So sort of just to get your ticket to be at the front of the line was $10. I hadn't seen anybody do that before. Touch Pico. This was a really cool idea. This is a projector. You can project a very large image up on the wall, but the projected image is a touch screen. I think they were using a stylus that's trackable by the machine, so you could have an 80-inch touch screen in any room with a big blank wall. They brought in $900,000 for the campaign, so certainly they did very, very well. They had nice information and pictures about their team. They had many buying buttons on this campaign. Scattered throughout the text of the campaign, they had 6 different buttons where once the campaign was concluded, if you were looking it over, that you could click on them to buy their product. They also had the media icons that we see often in campaigns. It's sort of a quick way to show that the media is paying attention to what the people are doing. Under the Dog is a video that's roughly half-hour long. It's an animated video. They raised about $900,000. Some of the things that they did that are interesting is they had a pie chart about their budget. If you give them money, where's the money going to go? You see this not often, but fairly routinely on campaigns. People share that information with you, I guess, to justify why they need the money. They also had a little section on why Kickstarter, why they were coming to Kickstarter for funding as opposed to getting investors or something. And they had a very long video, 13 minutes long. In their case, maybe it's okay. They're experts at making video. If you're watching this and you're thinking about doing your own campaign, don't do a 13-minute video. There's no need for that unless you're in the video business, perhaps. It's a way to showcase your talent. The next campaign is Blink. This is a home security system. And the novel aspect of this is all the little sensors are battery powered, and they all communicate wirelessly, so you don't need to have wires all over your house. And they have specially designed components that are very low energy draw, so the batteries last a really long time. They brought in over $1 million for Blink, They had 3 early bird levels. This is an incentive. If you back a campaign early, you get a lower price. They had 3 different tiers of that available. They also had a section of media quotes with links you could click on for more information, see the story more or less in its entirety. And they had an area where they talked about the features with like icons representing the different features of their product. I thought that was nicely done. And finally, the big campaign of the month was Jibo. This is, you can see it in the picture here, it's that little robot next to the lady. And it's her thesis, her research for many years is to make robots more approachable, more humanistic, I guess. You can like talk to the thing, it responds to you. You can say, take my picture, it finds your face in the room and takes the picture. It seemed like it was a cute thing. They had some nice aspects to their campaign that served them well. They have a cash discount for referrals, that if you share your campaign through social media, they can track, that you shared it and who you shared it to, and they can keep up with that. So if you share it to some people and they buy their product, you get like a discount for each product that is sold that way. They had another thing that was unique, that I've seen this in other places, but I don't remember seeing this in crowdfunding before, is in the media, the video media itself, the main video of the campaign. Right there, embedded in the video, was a place to click that you could do an order from. So while you're watching the video, you could just decide, yes, I want one, and click right in there. That was a very nice feature. I'm not sure what the tech is behind that they're using. There's various firms that offer that. I thought that was a nice approach, a smart thing. And another nice thing that they did is they had a reward level. They partnered up with a hospital that had a big children's ward at the hospital. So they had a reward level that buy one, give one to the hospital. So I thought that was a very nice thing. It's a win-win. It attracts more people to give to their campaign. They want to help the kids. It's good for the kids. It's good for the hospital. So kudos to Jibo. That was a cool idea. That's our coverage for September of 2014. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll be back shortly with coverage covering what happened in October 2014. And we'll see you then. Have a great day.